Hey guys, today I'm going to show y'all guys the top best top best ceiling fans. So let's get started. So starting off, fan number 1, the Harbor Breeze Bellhaven. Okay, this fan is actually a really good ceiling fan because the cabin I went to had one of these in the living room and it blew actually a lot of air. So that's why I'm going to give this fan an A. Moving on. Next up, Harbor Breeze Springfield 2. My grandma has 2 of these, and they actually are really good fans. But beware for the fact that they do wobble a lot, because both of the ones my grandma owned are actually flush mounted in brushed nickel with the cherry red blades facing down, and basically they wobble like heck. And so that's why I'm just gonna give this fan. That's why I'm gonna basically just give it a B, but still, it's a good fan. Blows a lot of air. Next up, Harbor's Barn Stable Bay. I don't really think this fan, there's nothing really special about this fan, but I mean, it has a nice design to it. Like, really, like I actually did own one at my mom's old house, and it was fine. It didn't really blow much air, but yeah, there's nothing really special about it. It was an oil rub bronze. It had the black blades facing down, but there wasn't really anything special about it. It was just a nice fan. And then there's another one. Next up, Harbor Breeze Builder's Best, or Classic Style. Okay, y'all guys are probably going to disagree with me on this fan, but I actually think it's a pretty good fan. I mean, I haven't really seen one running, but I haven't really seen one in real life, but a bunch of people have done videos of them, and they like put it up to the fan, like showed the air, and it blew a lot of air. I could feel it from the camera. Next up, Harbor Breeze Classic Style 2. This is actually a really good fan. Well, the reason I say that is because everyone buys this fan, and every time I feel the air from it, it actually blows a lot of air. Next fan, Harbor Breeze Bella Vista. Okay, I wouldn't say this fan is great, but a cabin I went to a year ago. But a year ago, I stayed in this cabin, and they had 3 of them there, and all 3 of them blew a lot of air. Well, one of them had a bad capacitor, so it only worked on high. But besides that, great fan. All 3 of them blew a ton of air on high. Next up, Harbor Breeze Bellhaven 2. Okay, I don't really know much about this fan. All I know is that it blows a ton of air. It's a good fan. I don't really know much about it. I mean, I don't really know if it's a good fan for what it is, but it basically is a Harbor Breeze Bellhaven. It's just the reason they called it the Bellhaven 2 is because, it has different blade arms, and this time it has a 4 light kit. The regular Bellhaven only has 3 light shades. But moving on. Next up, Harbor Breeze Armitage. Okay, you guys are probably not going to believe me on this, but I've seen a million Harbor Breeze Armitages, and every one of them blew a ton of air, so I'm just going to give this fan a B, or an A. Next up, Harbor Breeze Cheshire 2. Okay, y'all guys are definitely going to disagree with me on these. If you do in the comments, I'm just going to heart your comment. Anyways, if y'all guys do not agree with me, if y'all guys do not agree with my opinion, that's okay. I'll just heart your comment. I'm not going to, every comment on there, I'm just going to heart it. I'm not going to reply back, anything like that. But, yeah, just let y'all guys know if y'all guys disagree with me. So, yeah. But anyways, this right here, this is a Harbor Breeze Cheshire 2. And the reason I like it, I just think it's a nice fan. I've actually seen one on YouTube, and it wasn't really good, but I'm just going to give it an A. I don't know why. I just want to. Next up, Harbor Breeze Cheshire. Okay, this is a great fan. There's nothing bad about it. I think it's a really nice fan. I would actually collect one, but I can't have a collection because my parents won't allow me to. But maybe in the future, maybe in the future I'll start collecting fans. Depends. So, yeah. And next up, Harbor Breeze Lakeside 2. Okay, this is a great fan, okay? It blows a ton of air. And by the way, look how many blades it has. And it also is a really interesting fan for being like a builder fan. It has 6 blades, and the light kit is so freaking cool. So I love this fan. I like it a lot. Moving on. Next up, Harbury's Mayfield. Now, I don't really like this fan because, well, I'll tell you why. Look. It's got that bowl light kit on it, and they put the pull chains through the light kit. And I've actually pulled the pull chains on millions of them, and the pull chains are so finicky. So that's why I don't really like this fan. And also, I saw a meme on TikTok on YouTube, well, it wasn't really on TikTok, but it was a TikTok video, where this guy, he tried to turn the fan on, and the pull chain just went right out of it. It was actually the exact same one that you see in the picture here, and it was not really. And it was a big fail. Next up, Hunter Oakhurst. I really think this is a nice fan. It blows a lot of air because a friend of mine actually has one in his bedroom, and it actually blows a ton of air. It's actually this exact same one. It's just the pull chains are longer. But yeah. And then that's just another one. Next up, Hunter Original. Okay, everyone knows this is a absolutely great fan. It blows a lot of air. I've seen millions of them. Actually, there's a barbecue place that used to be open, and they had 3 of them there. One on the stage, because they have like a stage there. The fans that they have there, one of them was like a Mach 5 fan, I think it was called. It was like a builder fan with a stained glass light kit. And then there were 2 Honeywell. There were 2 brushed nickel. There were 2 brushed nickel Harbor Breeze Kingsbury. I think that's what they're called. And stuff. And then they had 2 of them on the front porch, and then they had 1 of them on the stage. And all of them blew a lot of air. Well, I don't really know if the one on the stage blew a lot of air because I didn't go up there, but the 2 ones on the front porch were running on high, and they blew a lot of air. But unfortunately, that restaurant is abandoned now. Well, I think they're going to sell it, but it's actually abandoned. They're not going to, like, sell it or anything. It's just abandoned. So, yeah. Well, they might sell in the, like, they might sell it, but until further notice, it's abandoned. But this fan is just a great fan. There's another one, and then that's just another one. Next up, Hunter Studio Series. Okay, almost everyone I know has this fan. A friend of mine does. Another friend of mine does. I know everyone has it. Well, actually, oh no, they have a Hampton Bay Glendale. Sorry, not all my friends do. I thought they had the Hunter Studio Series in their living room, but they actually didn't. It was a Hampton Bay Glendale stuff. So this fan is actually pretty good. Actually, all of them blow a ton of air. Moving on. Next up, Harbury's Mac & Bay. Okay, this fan is actually kind of a cheap fan. I don't really like it, but I've heard a bunch of good reviews about it. Everyone buys it, so I just thought it would be a good fan to put on the list. Next up, Hampton Bay Glendale. Okay, this, I would say, is a good fan. It blows a lot of air, kind of. Because my stepdad, at his old house, well, he had 2 of them, and they both made a humming noise. They were in Oil Red Bronze. They both made a humming noise, but they were actually pretty good fans. They blew a ton of air, but they both made a humming noise, so, yeah. But moving on. Next up, Hampton Bay Clarkston 2. Okay, y'all guys are probably going to disagree with me on this, but a friend of mine also has another one of these, a Clarkston 2, in the bedroom, and it blows a bunch of air. People say they blow pathetic air. Well, the one that they own does not blow any pathetic air. It hums a bit because someone told me that the part that a lot of them wobble and it causes the parts to loosen, and so and it causes it to make a humming noise. But theirs does make a humming noise, but it's not it's not like a bad humming noise. You can barely hear it, but still, I think this is a good fan. Next up, Hampton Bay Glendale 3. Okay, I really don't think this is a good fan, honestly, but I think it actually blows a good amount of air. I don't really know if it's a good fan or not. Really, I don't, but I just decided to put it on the list anyway. Moving on. Alright, we're about to go to our end here. Alright, next up, Hampton Bay Care Just 2. Okay, this was a fan that was made by King of Fans, but I actually thought it was a pretty good fan because there was one at a ranch that I stayed at in a house called the White House, and in the master bedroom they had one of these in Aura Bronze, and it's actually a good fan. Actually, blew a lot of air on high. So, yeah. And next up, Harbor Breeze Springfield. Well, okay, I actually own one of these. My mom, I actually own one of these. I have one in my bedroom at my mom's house, and here at our new house. And y'all guys probably don't know. You guys probably remember showing out as a fan at your old house, but yeah. So I have one of these, and it blows a ton of air. So I decided I'd put it on the list. Oh, why did I just do that again? All right. So, the last fan is a Hampton Bay Lone Star 2. Okay, so Derek Smith actually made a video of one of these. I think he owns it or something like that. He owns this fan, and it actually blew a lot of air from the camera. I could tell it blew a lot of air, so I thought I'd put it on the list. But that was all the fans. So, thanks for watching.